I'm going to compare my life to a teen from the colonial times and to my grandpa Steve as a teen. I researched Virginia for my project. It was first populated on May 13th of 1607. It was called Jamestown. In Virginia, the land rises from sea level to mountain peaks, starting in the east and rising to the west. The average temperature is around 54 to 59 degrees. My grandpa Steve and I both live in Clear Lake. The climate here is very hot summers and very cold winters. The temperature ranges from about 100 degrees to -10 in the winter. The lake was created by a glacier. Change. The major conflict in early Virginia would be the starving time during the winter of 1607 and 1608. Many people died because of the lack of food. The population went from 144 to 38. The problem was finally solved in the spring of 1608 when John Smith brought more food and more colonists. The change for my grandpa Steve would be John F. Kennedy dying when he was 17. This was a big change for him because he looked up to him and saw him as a role model. A change for me would be moving into my house now. I used to live on North Shore, but we moved to my grandma's house when she died. Food. The low-class people in Virginia would usually eat corn, porridge, or hominy. The high-class people would eat meat and herbs and wine. Common for all people would be goose and oysters. Food. My grandpa Steve would usually have hamburgers, and it was a very common meal for them because they raised cows. A common food for me at my house would be spaghetti. Chores. Women and girls would usually clean and take care of children, make butter, soap, and candles, make clothes, dye cloth, and spin wool and thread. Men would usually hunt, take care of the animals, and garden, chop firewood, and fix the tools. Chores for my grandpa Steve would be taking care of the cows and milking the cows. Chores for me at home would be folding the laundry, putting the laundry in the machine, and taking care of my cat. Economy. Virginia had a very agricultural economy. If the crops did good, so did the economy. They made money for themselves in the country of England by exporting wood and tar, growing, selling, and selling tobacco and rice, sugarcane, and cotton. My grandpa's parents' main source of income would be farming. They farmed for a living and they grew corn and soybeans. My dad is a barge operator and a boat lift seller, and my mom works at the hospital as a nurse. Transportation. The colonial people would usually get around by walking or riding horses. Me and my grandpa both would usually drive in cars.